some significant injuries.
Yeah, so we've got some prominent athletes to talk about. A lot of guys have been coming back from injury, and everyone needs to know if they are ready to go back into the game for the rest of the stretch of the season. So let's get started. We've got Greg Olsen, tight end for the Panthers. Foot fracture. In our opinion, he came back too early, sustained some pain, left the game early. He's still about 2 weeks away from getting back to the game, and Dr. E is going to talk about this a little more later on in the segment. Juju Smith, grade 2 hamstring injury, significant impact to wide receivers. He still has 4 weeks of recovery. We don't expect him to play this weekend. Kelvin Benjamin, he had a outside impact to his right knee that caused this meniscus tear, grade 2 meniscus. This is a 4 to 5 week recovery if they don't operate. It looks like surgery is not an option right now, and he's letting it heal. And finally, Matt Stafford, grade 1 ankle sprain. Looks like he's recovered well. It's only a 1 week recovery. He's going to be okay to start the season. And now let's talk a little bit about foot fractures in NFL athletes, because these things plague these guys.
That's right. Especially you're typically talking about Greg Olsen.
Yeah.
So he had a 5th metatarsal fracture. So the 5th metatarsal is basically the last bone on the outside, basically your pinky toe, but pretty much where it starts. Now, why are these things very hard to heal? The 5th metatarsal has a blood flow that's different from every other bone in the body. It basically comes from the back in a retroflow. So if you have a fracture, you can't heal it. That's why they need a screw.
Right.
And if you come back too early and you don't have good blood flow, you re-injure yourself, such as our buddy did.
Right, and also the foot fracture in tight ends. Tight ends are huge guys, right? So the weight also affects the ability to heal as well, right?
So it's a very serious injury. So they definitely need to be taken very seriously. A lot of times they end up having surgery where they actually compress that fracture to allow it to heal.
And our algorithms have shown that once a tight end has one of these Jones fractures, and they actually have to heal from it, and if they come back too early, the likelihood of him having another Jones fracture in the foot is at least 25%. So that's a pretty significant re-injury of this, of this type of injury that these players have.
Okay, that wraps you up and puts you in good shape knowing about the injuries. We're coming back in just a moment with Jeffrey's pick. Stay with us on Football's Play to Win.